You can correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, but Bulbophyllums like to live on trees. Although you will find some in the lowlands. And they tend to like to be on the end of the branches rather than in tight. So I'm going to kind of pretend here that this is a branch and the Bulbophyllum is going to be attached. And I haven't decided yet, that'll happen as I work, whether it's going to be this way and then tie this way so it hangs like that, or we're going to go vertical. I haven't figured that out. I've cleaned the pot, the plants and the roots, and I'm not touching these because these, I believe, are protective covers for the bulbs, for insects and things. They get caught up in it, so I don't want to take them off. I just want to keep it in. I'm not going to do a whole lot of root trimming because it's, you know, it's very obvious, such as here where the velamen is showing through. That's one thing, but I don't want to do too much where I'm cutting off the roots. I want to keep the roots to be something for me to attach with, but also, now the question is, do I attach this way do I want to do it this way, hang it this way, or do I want it to be this way?
It really depends on your situation. Like, where do
Yeah.
you
What
envision hanging it?
will you vision it to be, Mary?
I could hang it either way.
I can also do two of them.
Whatever fits.
The decisions you must make.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes it's hard to sacrifice, but sometimes there's a lot of those bulbs you don't need them all.
Exactly.
So it's like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
it's hard to not put more, like the plant's growing, you're like, you want to put more on there, but sometimes
we-
less is more.
Okay.
We've got this long.
Yeah, so when you're working with this sphagnum, you want to make sure that it's pre-moistened. Otherwise, it's just going to
Crumple.
away.
It also is easier to handle.
Yeah, and in an ideal situation, the log would be pre-soaked as well,
Yes.
just because it's going to be extremely moisture repellent now as you go to water it. You'll have to soak it in a bucket to hydrate it first time.
Okay, let's see if I can remember how to do this.
It's kind of like wrapping a Christmas wreath. So notice here you're using some heavy fishing
Fishing line.
Yeah, this is a heavy gauge.
And it doesn't deteriorate.
It almost looked like a nylon rope here for a moment.
Yeah. And it doesn't deteriorate because it's used to being it's made for.
Yeah, versus like a metal piece of, we do have some metal here, this
Correct.
type of like floral wire,
I tend to
which
stay
would like rust.
and I find that the wire tends to tear the roots.
Give me a sharp pair of these, they're pretty sharp. I've got a knife here.
My mother would be so happy that I did actually learn how to crochet.
So here, you're taking advantage of that crack here as well. Chose to mount that with the crack facing in the hopes that those roots will latch on.
Right, latch on in. And I thought it might be happier being this way. Part of me wants to, I could put it all on one plant, on one bar, which I think I'm gonna do, to just allow it to
Part where you need 4 hands.
exactly. That's been damaged. I hate to do it.
You know, you can always leave it. It'll still photosynthesize
might,
a little.
it
It's never
might.
going to develop properly.
Okay. I might put that on the second one. What do you think, Mary?
I think you've got this gap here, sort of a little visual break that I think that works.
There you go.
That- Okay, now. My thinking is, what do you have in your house, Mary, that would it'd be easier to hang this way or this way?
Well, I can put it in the greenhouse, and I do have bars, so
'Cause
I can
was
hang
just-
it.
I was just thinking of, I could run a wire like I did on that one over there, so it's
Do you
hanging.
want to show that one over there? Like that?
So it sits like this.
Oh, is that an encyclia?
What's it say?
Epidendrum radicans.
Radicans.
Question mark. Might be an epidendrum.
So that's what I'm thinking. I think it might be better that way,
Okay.
if you have the space for it.
Mm-hmm. I have plenty of room.
All right, now, there's some fish line.